Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada,
Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Avancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Once more loudly. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. On behalf of the family of Radheysham Prabhu, known by many as Mr. Inshan Mohan, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this, the funeral ceremony or the Antyeshti Samskar for him. The one certainty that exists in life is that there's death. Often we wish we could know when that time would come, but unfortunately, we do not have that vision. I had this experience when I was about 9 years old. My grandparents took me to the village Pandit, very saintly person, very sadhu kind of person. And it's very traditional for parents, grandparents, relatives to take their children to have their horoscope checked. So they took me to this Pandit to have my horoscope checked. And I was just about 9 years old, but what he told me, it remains with me up to this day. He looked at me with a very straight face after consulting his books in front of him, and he said, "You would live for 80 years, 7 months, and 6 days." Now, I think one of the things I continue to live for is to see if he was right or if he was wrong. But I don't know whether he was right. Maybe I don't know what will happen. But nobody could tell when that time would come, the manner in which it would come. And for many people, this gives a certain degree of fear. It gives a certain degree of fear. The Bhagavad Gita, like many other of the world's great scriptures, serve to give us insight into preparing for that crucial time that all of us would have to experience, that crucial time that awaits each and every one of us. The Bhagavad Gita, from its very beginning, makes a very important distinction that there's a difference between the body with which we use to manipulate and interact with this world, and the soul, who is the active principle that is the cause of that interaction. Just like a car or computer needs a user in order to be operated, similarly, the body, without the presence of the soul, doesn't function. What we experience as death is when that soul, that spiritual spark, leaves the body. What happens next is the great mystery and the great question that we are left asking. There are many different descriptions given in the Vedic scriptures about what happens at the time of death. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes that there are different destinations for persons who live their life in different ways, who meet with their end in different ways. But there's a very interesting distinction that Krishna makes in the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and I'll read that verse and the short commentary that His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has made on that verse. It's interesting where this verse comes in a series of verses. The chapter is the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and it's entitled Attaining the Supreme. And in the series of verses leading up to this one, Krishna is describing different times at which the soul can leave the body. He describes there are certain times which are considered auspicious, and there are certain times which are considered inauspicious. He describes that when the soul leaves at a so-called inauspicious time, he again has to take birth. When he leaves at an auspicious time, he no longer has to take birth within this world, or he ascends to the higher regions of the material creation. But it's quite interesting in contrasting those verses of the auspicious and inauspicious times at which the soul can leave this world. Krishna speaks this verse. He says, Anaite Shruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyanti Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. He says to Arjuna that although the devotees know these two parts, the auspicious time and the inauspicious time at which one can leave this world, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be fixed always in devotion. Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful comment on this verse, which I'll read. Krishna is here advising Arjuna that he should not be disturbed by the different parts the soul can take when leaving the material world. A devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart by arrangement or by accident. I'll read that again. A devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart by arrangement or by accident. The devotee should be firmly established in Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna. He should know that the concern over either of these two parts is troublesome. And I've seen that. When a person passes away, what happens after sometimes is very troubling for the family. Especially the complexity of many of the rituals that are described in the Garuda Purana and other Shastras. But here, Krishna is advising devotees, don't worry about that. What is a devotee? One who has dedicated their life to serving Krishna, chanting his holy name, associating with and serving his devotees, who has made their primary goal in life to please the Supreme Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada continues, the best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always dovetailed in his service. And this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. I'll read that once more. The best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always dovetailed in his service. And this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. The word Yoga Yukta is especially significant in this verse. One who is firm in yoga is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness in all his activities. Sri Rupa Goswami advises, Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatarham Upayunjataha. One should be unattached in material affairs and do everything in Krishna consciousness. By this system, which is called Yukta Vairagya, one attains perfection. Therefore, the devotee is not disturbed by these descriptions because he knows that his passage to the Supreme Abode is guaranteed by devotional service. So in reading this, I find it very hope-giving. Elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, the question is raised, suppose someone takes to the path of devotional service. The question was raised by Arjuna. Suppose someone takes to the path of devotional service but is unable to complete his duties in devotional service up to the point of perfection. Krishna says even that person doesn't have to worry. In the 6th chapter of the Gita, Krishna gives assurance that so long as one takes to the devotional service of the Lord, if he does so for a very short period of time, then he goes to the heavenly planets and he enjoys for many, many years. Then he again takes birth in the material realm on the earth planet and he enjoys opulence. He takes birth in a prominent family. But then he says, if someone practices for a long period of time and still he hasn't attained that supreme perfection, he takes birth in a family of transcendentalists. And from the very beginning of his life, he seeks after spiritual life. He seeks after spirituality. No one has to force him. Therefore, I sometimes say, he doesn't have to look for God. God comes looking for him from the very beginning of his life. So the passing of Radheysham Prabhu, Mr. Mohan, is testament of that. He lived his life, and the time he became a devotee, always involved in spiritual activities, and at the same time carrying out his business affairs, running his store. But he was very much attracted to being in the company of devotees, to hearing about Krishna. And this is not a now thing, that it just happened at the end of his life, that something is going to happen, let me try to do something now. My student years, like just attending university, that's 20-something years ago, every week we would have Bhagavad Gita study here, right here. You know, I think it was every Tuesday night with Radheysham Prabhu and other devotees. It was something very regular. That attraction to hearing about Krishna and to being in the company of Krishna's devotees and to participating in the Sankirtan of the holy name is very exemplary of how someone can not only carry on his duties that he has to undertake in this world, to take care of family, to run his business, to work, to be responsible for others, but also to be spiritually conscious. So those few words, I'll stop, and there's many people who would also give their regards, and first of which I'd like to call Radheysham Prabhu, who was very close friends with Radheysham Prabhu, to say a few words. Following Radheysham Prabhu, I'll call on Panchatattva Devi Dasi, who is the president of our headquarters temple in Londonville. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the MP of the area and good friend of Radheysham Prabhu, and also was my wife's doctor when I had my first child, Dr. Lakram Boodoo. Hare Krishna, welcome to you.
Om Gyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya said, Brahmanda Brahmite Konya Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Kripaye Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. There are innumerable souls wandering all over the universe,
But there are some rare souls. Bhagyavan Jeev means fortunate souls. And these persons have received Guru Krishna Kripa, mercy, from God and Guru. The result of this is that they are awakened to Sambandha Gyan. They are awakened to their identity and their relationship with the Supreme. And this is something that Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanam Anti. After Bahu Janam, people being religious, at a certain point they may become Gyanavan, full of knowledge. And what do? Krishna says, Mam Prapadyanti. At that point they would surrender on to me. Why? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. They know me, Vasudeva, to be everything. Samahatma Sadurlabha. Such great souls are very rare. Radheysham Prabhu was one of these blessed Mahatmas, fortunate souls, who were dedicated to the Lord's service. Krishna says in Gita, there are only two types of people in this world, those who are wise and those who are otherwise. Those who are wise, he says, those who know me, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, who knows me to be everything. Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha, they worship me with all their hearts. Krishna calls them Buddha, wise. So while on one hand, there is grief and feeling of separation upon the devotee's departure, there is that sense of great satisfaction that the person lived his life with devotional service that Krishna says, such a person is very dear to me. Krishna says, you just always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and prati jane priyosimi. I promise you, you will come back to me. Because Priya, you are very dear to me. So, a devotee is convinced that the departed soul is under the shelter, under the protection of Krishna. And so he rejoiced that this person lived a glorious life. And he has something great and glorious to look forward to. So such a person was Radheysham Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Radheysham Prabhu. Now, Mother Panchatattva.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaivacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. So, as the Pandit and Radheysham Prabhu would have explained and elaborated on the position of a devotee of Lord Krishna, So I would like to speak just for a couple minutes on a different aspect of the life of Radheysham Prabhu. So he had many different aspects or facets of his life, you know, as a husband, as a wonderful father, grandfather. But to us, he was a very, very dear friend. My children and his children grew up together. In fact, Kamalaksha would invite us home, cook prasadam, invite us, and one day my children almost ended Priya's life when her dress caught on fire because they were playing downstairs with fire, and her whole dress went up in flames. And Kamalaksha came running and saying, "Oh, they're trying to kill my child." You know, so we had very, very fond memories, you know, and we developed these memories through devotees association and in the temple. So that was another aspect of his life and his family life. But I had the wonderful privilege, as Shanta Vigraha would have said, that, you know, I have been the temple president for some time. And that was a different type of relationship in that Radheysham Prabhu and his family, they were always there to support the temple and ensuring that the progress of the temple and the ISKCON and the Hare Krishna Society goes on. So Radheysham Prabhu would be sorely missed. He was a foundation member of the Hare Krishna movement here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we would miss him very dearly. But we know, as Rajesh Prabhu says, that because of all the wonderful services that he would have done, that everything is recorded, and we know that, you know, his journey onwards is going to be a very successful one. So thank you very much for these few minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mother Panchatattva. Now I'd like to call His Grace Agrani Prabhu, who is a very dear and close friend to the family.
Hare Krishna. I first met Radheysham, I think it was either in 1982 or 83, when I first came to Trinidad. And at the time, he was one of many young devotees and people interested in the Krishna consciousness movement. However, throughout the years, I feel that my relationship with him became closest was at a later time when I was in a somewhat of a difficult situation financially. I had a young family, no skills, no job, no education, and all of a sudden faced with having to support them. And I don't remember the context, but Radheysham invited me to Trinidad. At the time, Trinidad was really in its biggest boom economically, and he thought maybe I could do a business here. So I came to Trinidad with a handful of old tarnished jewelry that I bought secondhand, and we sat together when at the time he was living on Hart Street. And I remember he asked me if it was really genuine jewelry, because he said, "I'd never seen silver jewelry look like this before." But anyway, we spent a couple of hours polishing it till it actually turned out to be real silver jewelry and sellable. And he helped me, took me around to some of his business associates, some jewelers that he had known, and little by little, I was able to develop a modest business here that was instrumental in me supporting my family. And so I was always grateful for that, and so was my family. In the course of the years, we became very close. One thing I always felt within my heart is if I ever needed anything here in Trinidad, Radheysham was the person that I could call, and I knew that he would drop everything for the sake of doing what had to be done. We've had a lot of good times together. I have memories going to Makarib, going swimming, watching Radheysham kind of fumbling around in the water, coming back all invigorated and boasting how it was a great occasion. We have to do it every Sunday. And we also went through a lot of tragedies together. When my wife passed away, I brought my 3 young children here. Radheysham and his family gave shelter to us and support. Later on, a tragedy in his family when his son was kidnapped. I remember sitting with him for a week, right upstairs here with 2 FBI agents and trying to negotiate and figure out how we can resolve that. And most recently, at the death of my son, Abai, Radheysham took care of everything. I didn't have the fortitude to do everything that had to be done, and he was the real instrument that enabled me to continue under those difficult circumstances. So for me, Radheysham was as much a brother, in fact, even more of a brother than my own. And surely I'll just miss him terribly. And I just pray for the support of his family, and in the hopes that somehow everyone can go through this and just remain with the very fond memories that we all have of him. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Agrani Prabhu. Now I'd like to ask Dr. Boodoo to come to the mic. Greetings.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Namaskar, Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Members of the family, of course, Judy, Amit, Priya, Gopi, Devi, and the grandchildren. So, Officiating Pandit, I am a member of parliament, but I'm not the member of parliament for this area. So I'm not here as a member of parliament for this area. I'm not here as the Minister of Health. I'm a devotee of Krishna, but I'm not here as a member of the Hare Krishna group. So why am I here? I'm here because Inshan, Mohan and I, for some inexplicable reason, I'm not here because I'm a neighbor, I'm not here even because I frequent this house often. But for some inexplicable reason, over many, many, many years, how old of his grandchild is, Jayashree? I say how old of his grandchild is? 21, but I think it's more than that. For some inexplicable reason, for some reason I can't explain, Inshan and I developed a deep kind of friendship. The kind of friendship that they didn't have to talk on the phone, that we didn't expect anything of each other. He would call me, he would appear at my office, and all I remember about this man is every time he called me, or he come to my office, it was never to ask for something. It was always to give something. And that started when I was a medical practitioner. It continued when I was a member of parliament in opposition. And it still continued when I became a minister in the government. I tried to tell them, I said, listen, I'm in government now. We're not suffering as I had suffered for the last 10 years. But yet the man still wanted to give. And that is the measure of the man. The measure of the man is that he was a very generous soul, and yet a very humble soul. He created a business which is a national business, perhaps a regional name, if not international. Very quietly went about his business. And that's the reason I'm here, to celebrate the life of a man who was generous, hardworking, yet very, very humble. I want to express my deepest condolences to the members of the family. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be difficult. But of course, I think that he has left a legacy. It'll be difficult to fill those shoes. And of course, the grandchildren have a challenge. I mean, you have a challenge, big challenge. But your father has done well. So, again, that's the reason I'm here. I'm here because I want to celebrate and be part of the celebration of the life of a man who has given so much to his society, to his community, to his country, and yet has asked for so little. And I believe those who have spoken after, and Panditji, you would have referred to it, perhaps that is a mark of a great soul. So again, with those few words, I would want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here. And I want to be excused because I have some pressing matters at the ministry. So if I can please be excused. Namaskar. I don't think my wife here want to be excused as she's still standing down. You staying on?
Thank you very much, Dr. Boodoo. And I'd like to ask His Grace Haridas Thakur Prabhu, who is representing the Guyanese Yatra here this morning.
Hare Krishna. My respectful obeisances to all of you. I'm not as spontaneous as the others to speak off my head, so I'll just get something written. On behalf of ISKCON Guyana, as well as His Grace Prabhupada Dev Prabhu, Chairman of the ISKCON Guyana National Board, and who have sponsored my coming to this solemn occasion, I sincerely extend our deepest condolences to the family members, close extended relatives and friends of the late Sriman Radheysham Prabhu, also known as Inshan Mohan. His Grace was certainly a well-known figure to our ISKCON devotee community in Guyana. Being a senior member of ISKCON for almost 4 decades, Radheysham Prabhu will certainly be remembered for his contribution towards ISKCON Trinidad, and importantly, his kindness and hospitality extended to many of us near and far. I did not have much interaction with him, but always heard his name mentioned in many of our ISKCON activities and his support to individual friends and devotees. Although known to many as a popular and an astute businessman, from a scriptural perspective, Radheysham Prabhu was distinctly a surrendered devotee of Lord Krishna, in accordance to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, living up to the principles of Sanatana Dharma. This is what is expected of all of us as human beings. Indeed, we can carry out our duty towards our family and country in whatever decent profession we so choose, but at the same time, we have our eternal duty towards God, who is the actual provider and permitter of all that we may achieve in our lives. Radheysham Prabhu had exemplified this principle in his lifetime. As we often hear, life is made of many challenges in terms of our body, family life, our profession, and the many people we interact with. But it's all about how we navigate it. By putting the Supreme Lord in the center or in front of all that we do will bring us ultimate success. And so today, more than mourning the loss of Radheysham Prabhu, as we have heard from so many speakers, we can celebrate his lifetime achievements for the ultimate pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So much can be said in this regard of his saintly attributes and swadharma earthly responsibilities. Nevertheless, I simply wish to conclude by saying that Radhesham's destination will be successful and an auspicious one, for his soul is on its journey to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. We can all take comfort from Radheysham Prabhu, having fulfilled his all-round duty, leaving a legacy that only he could have accomplished, and now he has all prepared to join his Lord in the spiritual world. All glories to him. To his family members and those close to him, you can all be proud of his achievement and fulfillment of his duty. We all hope and pray in our own way for his blessings, for a desired good spiritual life ahead of us. I also like to read something that was sent to me this morning by Prabhupada Dev Prabhu. On behalf of myself and my family, ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center, and the devotees of ISKCON Guyana, I offer my heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of our dear His Grace Radheysham Prabhu. Prabhu was indeed a wonderful Vaishnava and a most valued member of our yatra. It is our prayer and firm faith that he continues his eternal service to Sri Radheysham wherever he may be. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna teaches that a sober person does not lament for the inevitable changes of the body. Just as we tolerate the coming and going of happiness and distress, like the changes of seasons, we must also learn to accept the transitions of life and death as part of the divine plan. Although Krishna reminds us that we are not these bodies but eternal souls untouched by destruction, it is also important to acknowledge the natural pain of separation. Thus, while it is natural and healthy to grieve, we can find solace in knowledge that the soul never dies. Srila Sukadeva Goswami further assures us in Srimad Bhagavatam, Ahur harati vai pumsam udyan astam chayan asau tasyarte yat shano nitya uta sloka vartaya. Both by rising and setting up, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time in discussing the topics of the all-auspicious personal Godhead. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, all of us, and certainly our dear Radheysham Prabhu, received the priceless opportunity to hear and speak about the pastimes of the Lord. Having rendered so many valuable services throughout his life, we can be confident that Prabhu is now in a blessed place, sheltered by Krishna's divine grace, whether in Goloka Vrindavan or in Sri Gauranga's Sankirtan movement. Krishna assures us that there is no loss or diminution for one engaged in devotional service. Today, therefore, we not only mourn Prabhu's departure, but also celebrate his life, his dedication, his service, and his devotion. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, he attained the rare fortune of serving Sri Sri Radha Gopinath and their devotees, a service that grants true perfection at life's most crucial moment. Once again, I offer my sincere condolences to the family and friends of His Grace Radheysham Prabhu, and close with this prayer. Shri Rasa Rasambe Vamsi Vatatata Stitaha Karshan Venus Swanayad Gopi Gopinata Shreyestuna. May Shri Gopinath, who enchants all the gopis with the songs of his flute, and who has begun the most beautiful rasa dance on the banks of the Jamuna at Vrindavan, bestow his mercy upon all us. Your servant Prabhupada Dev, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Haridas Prabhu. there were two devotees who couldn't be here but sent recordings, and those two recordings will be played now. The first is that of His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami, who was one of the spiritual mentors of His Grace Radheysham Prabhu, and the second is by His Grace Bhadra Prabhu, who was a very close friend of Radheysham Prabhu from Florida.
Hare Krishna, Gopta Jai, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. So you sent me the link, but I'm not sure if that means that I can see it. I don't think I'll be available at that time because I have some meetings, and especially I'll be traveling in a train maybe, but I'm not sure. But does that mean in the live I can come on and say something, or it's just you giving me that link so that I can participate, which I usually don't participate much in funerals. Not really my duty, I don't think. So for the message, should I send a voice message and ask someone to transcribe it? Hare Krishna, Mataji, Gopi Gita, Priya, and all of the family, Jai Shri, everyone from Radheysham Prabhu's family, I want to express my deepest condolences for his passing. I know it's very painful for all of you, and rightfully so. Even Krishna had to console the Yadavas and the Vrishnis after the battle of Kurukshetra. So, what to speak of us who are stuck in this material world and conditioned. But as we all know, Radheysham Prabhu always maintained such a wonderful devotional standard, always chanting his rounds, always concerned about how to spread Krishna consciousness, always concerned about the temple being okay, about the deities. So that means that he is definitely fully in Krishna's hands, and that we should be happy for. You know, it's sad for us to lose someone, but he's been suffering so much for the last practically almost a year now, just really suffering with his health. And since the last time I saw him, even he was such bad shape, he could barely speak. And that was months ago. So we should be sad we lost his association, but happy that he has given up that suffering, and he is definitely in Krishna's hands in a very auspicious situation to prepare himself to go back home, back to Godhead. So I thank all of you also for your service, and I hope and pray that you can continue his legacy of always being very careful and strict in your own spiritual life, always trying to do better, always trying to improve, and also to be concerned about the Trinidad Yatra. So many devotees, sometimes they're arguing, sometimes they're... So we have to go beyond this. And I always saw Radheysham Prabhu was above all of this. It was above all this criticism and everything. So those that now you're inheriting his legacy, please teach others to be above and beyond this anger, frustration, and everything that has plagued us for so long in Trinidad. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Haribo Gopi Gita, this is Bhadra. Dandvat all goes to Srila Prabhupada. This is my, first of all, my condolences to all of you and the family members. I love all of you. And following is my offering to Pita. So if you can play this offering will be nice. Okay, so following is my reminiscence with him. When Gopikata called me, I was in Brajmandal Parikrama. I was going to go to Raval, which is the appearance place of Srimati Radharani. So I was praying to Radharani that either you make him improve his life, physical life, or not let him, please don't let him suffer anymore. Please take him with you, because he has suffered enough. That was my prayer to Radharani. Radheysham, I came in touch with you through Gopi Gita and Priya, because they were friends of Ganga and Jamuna. It's interesting, isn't it? You have one son, 2 daughters, I have one son, 2 daughters. You married to the Christian, I am married to the Christian. Of course, in Krishna consciousness there is no anything Christian or Hindus or whatever, but interesting. So I came in touch with you. We both had a very friendly relationship. We didn't meet much, but when we met, we had a qualitative relationship, qualitative talks. And I know you would reveal your problems you're going through with the family and temples and all that. And I am also going through the problems, so we discuss with each other and try to help each other. I really admire your friendly, loving and helping nature. We were always helping. Any devotees or in temples, there is some problems, something need to be solved. You openly, with open heart, you help them, the temples, financially, whatever best you could. You have done that, so many temples. And I'm sure Krishna is noticing everything, and He's taking care of you. I know when I was having the business, you wanted me to come in Trinidad, and you helped me a lot. You provided all the facilities. Even the driver, then the car, taking us to the different places. Not just staying, and that is besides that, you helped me. I thank you for that. When I was in Vrindavan during the Kartik, I needed a place to stay because I was doing Govardhan Parikrama, and you allow me to stay at one of your rooms. Appreciate. And one time I remember you, Kamlakshana Mataji and Gopi Gita, 3 were there, and I was there. And not to disturb me, you stayed 3 in the one room, and you gave me the one room myself so that I continue my vrata of continuing Parikrama. I appreciate for that. You had a friendly nature, always helping devotees. You supported all the temples, most of the temples, particularly in Trinidad, in Alachua also. You sponsored the festivals, deities' dresses in Alachua, I remember. You loved chanting and kirtan. And Radheysham, I'm sure Srila Prabhupada is taking care of you. Wherever you have gone up, you have gone up. You have not gone down, definitely. You have gone up. And Srila Prabhupada has taken care of you. And I'm happy that, You are in the right hand of Srila Prabhupada. You are put in you are at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is taking care of you. Okay. Thank you, Radheysham. I'm sorry I could not I couldn't see you. Actually, one time, even after talking with Gopikita, I thought that let me change my ticket and come there. I was thinking, but by the time I do that thinking, then, I receive a message that you have left this world. But, you are in a good hands. Radheysham, I'm sure you are taken care of. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Now we'll have a bhajan sung by Her Grace Jailalita Mataji. The name of the bhajan is Shrita Kamala. Was composed by Rupa Goswami. And for those of you who have a program, that bhajan is listed on the program.
Hare Krishna. So I also wanted to say a couple of words by way of introduction to this bhajan. When I first came to Trinidad almost 40 years ago, the first outside program that I ever attended was at the Mohan residence in Irving Street. And since then, Radheysham and his family and my family have always had a very close relationship. They always took so much nice, loving care of my children. And 2 years ago, when Radheysham Prabhu's health took a turn for the worst, I was very happy to be able to render this service to him of coming to his house and doing kirtan. And as his health improved somewhat, we started doing regular kirtan programs here. And probably one of the last programs we had, out of the blue, he just said, Jailalita, can you sing Shrita Kamala? So it's been many, many years since I had sung that bhajan. I wasn't sure if I really could, but I tried my best, and I think he was happy to hear such a very beautiful bhajan describing the glories of the Lord. And so I was asked to sing it again here for this program, for this funeral program. Hare Krishna. Shrita Kamala Kucha Mandala Shrita Kamala Kucha Mandala Drita Kundala Drita Kundala
Samara
Hare Krishna. Just one correction. This bhajan is actually composed by Jayadev Goswami, and not Rupa Goswami. My mistake. Now I'd like to call Priya, who would read the eulogy. There's a small change. Vani.
Hare Krishna. So I'll be reading on behalf of Anuradha, Peter's granddaughter, as well as something that I wrote on my own. So Anuradha's. Good morning, everyone. Hari Bol. Thank you all for being here today as we gather to celebrate the life of my pa, a man who meant the world to me and to so many of us here. For those who don't know me, I'm Anuradha Mohan, known to many as Anu or Radhesham's granddaughter. I am the third grandchild and the first granddaughter, but contrary to what Abai says, I am his favorite. My pa was more than just a grandfather. He was my teacher, my protector, my partner in crime, the one who would let me get away with murder, not that I have committed any. He was one of my favorite people in the world. He had this special way of making everyone around him feel loved and cared for, whether it was his kind smile, his funny jokes, or the way he always looked out for his family. Pa had a heart that could fill an entire room with warmth. Some of my best memories with him was when I was younger. I used to beat him up playfully just so that he can carry me to Super Farm to buy the most random things in the stationery lane. Or when I was his riding partner to go eat dahi puri, dosa, pani puri, and paneer shish kebabs at Lambodar. Or when I would enroll him in begging my parents for me to go out when they clearly told me no. These moments may have seemed small to others, but meant everything to me. Whether it was the way he'd tell his stories from back in the days, and he had so many stories to tell, it's the little things he did to show he cared. Those are the memories that I'll carry with me forever. Pa taught me what family truly means. He showed me that love isn't just about words, but about actions, about being there, helping when no one asked, and showing kindness to everyone. He worked hard, sacrificed for his family that he loved deeply, and always made sure that we knew how important we were to him. This year for Diwali, he made sure he had our usual get-together with our nearest and dearest as we do every year, somehow maybe knowing it would be his last. Even though he's no longer with us in person, I know his spirit will live on in the lessons he taught us, in the love he gave us, and in the stories we'll keep telling about him. Every time we laugh, every time we come together as a family, every time we choose love over anything else, that Pa was still with us. I'll miss him every day, but I'll also remember him with that mischievous smile, because that's what he would want. Not tears, but love. Not sadness, but strength. Enjoy with Srila Prabhupada up there, Pa. You'll always be in my heart, and I'll always be your little girl. Okay. So I'll just read a small thing that I wrote as well. Haribol, my second father, my grandfather, an exemplary mentor, and one of my greatest supporters. For as long as my memory reaches, Peter has always been a quiet source of tenderness and love. He would take every opportunity to spoil me as rotten as he could. I never once heard the word no when I asked him for sweets and snacks. This was always behind Mommy's back, of course. His joy came from giving, from seeing others happy. Peter fulfilled his duties beautifully to his family, his friends, and his community with selflessness, discipline, and devotion. He taught me that true strength is found in vulnerability and that love is not loud but constant. I've been told that the first program I ever attended after being brought home was right here. In hindsight, it perfectly reflects the warmth and comfort that Peter and Martha have always given me as their own. He was a pillar in my spiritual journey and my service. The first harmonium I ever played, the one that now sits in Aruka Temple and continues to be used in the service of Sri Sri Gaura Nitai, was a gift from him. He never failed to remind me that my kirtans were dear to him, and his words of encouragement continue to echo in my heart when I sing. On behalf of my mother, Amala, whom he always called his sister, whom he treated with such affection and unwavering kindness, and whom he constantly encouraged to move forward in every aspect of life, I offer my gratitude for the love he poured into our family. Today, we can imagine Peter's gentle smile as he takes shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Gaura Nitai and Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, where there is no pain, no parting, only eternal service and bliss. May his journey be filled with the sound of the holy names. Haribol.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Abhay, the grandson of Inshan Mohan, whom I know as Pa, or others may know him as Shan or Peter. In our home, Pa was our protector. He was our guide and our support. But most importantly, he was the backbone to our family that kept us together. Every day was a celebration with him around. He always liked tasty food, and he always making sure that we would be dressed well when we're going out to Lime or when we have something at home. And let me not get into how much he used to spoil all the way. One minute I'm being punished, and the next minute I'm in Munchkins eating ice cream. He was a real inspiration to me, and just by watching him work and talk to people, I was able to learn what true determination and humility is. I'm proud to call him my grandfather, knowing the things he have achieved in this lifetime. Now, despite what was said in the first speech, I am obviously the favorite grandchild. That is not a debate. But Pa was a very kind man, and he opened his heart to everyone, not just his children and his grandchildren. And personally, if I had the chance to become half of a man that he was, I would be satisfied. Pa, thank you for the love you showed us, the lessons you taught, and the joy you brought to this family.
Good morning. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of my father, Inshan Mohan, or Radheysham Das, known to many as Pitta. Just like Abai was his favorite grandchild, I was his favorite child. Sorry, Gita and Amit. I know this because when I was younger, I was playing in a panel van he owned. I released the handbrakes and roller coasted my way into the neighbor's Mercedes, and cost him a fortune to fix, and he did it with a smile on his face. But we'll leave that story for another day. My Peter worked hard for his family, starting off with a humble business, selling haberdashery on High Street with a mom, and worked his way up to many businesses he owned today. Priya's creation was his second pride and joy. He was a man of class, and it showed in his unique styles his stores carried. You taught us so many things about business, yet we could never get it fully like you. Who will we turn to now? Our dad wasn't just our father. He was our hero, our guide, and our biggest supporter. He had the kindest heart. He would give his last dollar and would drop everything to help someone in need. till sometimes we would tell him he's Father Giver. He's Father Giver to everyone, and we wouldn't have anything one day. His selfless qualities knew no bounds. Peter, everything we know about Krishna and everything we experience in Krishna consciousness came all from your teachings, right from the early childhood, going to Mangalarti, staying for days at temple, going on Harinam and book distribution, going to Padayatras with Agrani Prabhu, till present, all our experiences like going to the Holy Dam and experiencing, visiting Srila Prabhupada's temples in different countries, all came from you. We are forever grateful to you. Radheysham Prabhu, Agrani Prabhu, and His Holiness Guru Prasad Maharaj were the three pillars in Peter's spiritual life. And I know he would like me to deeply thank you and keep on serving under your guidance. Not forgetting the late Kalachandri Prabhu, who introduced him to ISKCON. I know he was truly grateful to you throughout his life, and he tried to live with the teachings they imbibed in him. They lived by exemplary, and so did he. One of my favorite things to do was travel with him, especially to India. Gita, my sister, could tell you the countless stories. He would tell us that he would never travel with us again, as we always managed to be overweight, and boy, he used to be so mad at us for that. Despite this, somehow he traveled with us again and again. He made the best travel buddy. My father was loved and respected in India market. Passing through the business market in India, owners would step out their shops and ask, Mohanji, just come sit in my shop for luck. Please come. When we were younger, I remembered we were not so financially well off, but his simple gestures, taking us to Tobago or to the beach, or sometimes taking a loan and taking us to the US for vacation, making us feel so excited as kids. This excitement brought such a sparkle in our eyes, like a child that gets a long-desired thought. But that's who you were, a man that desired to simply make us happy. You loved the simple things in life, like taking long drives to the countryside, going to the market on Thursday, date with Mata. I know if we try to do that with her, she will say, we're boring because we wouldn't do things her partner in crime will do with her. But we promise we'll do our best to take care of her and make her happy. A part of our life was the joy your grandchildren brought to you. Just being with them made you overjoyous, and you wanted the best of the best for them. You would never turn them down. Lately, Abai and Adi became your chauffeur, and Anu just didn't evolve. You spoiled her so much that now without you, I'm not sure who she will turn to when Jayashree, your favorite daughter-in-law, says no to her. You left us so empty, and us, your three children, we don't know which direction to turn right now. We are completely lost and heartbroken. But I know you were proud of us. Though Amit worked far and had a lot of time restraints, both Gita and I know he was always your favorite child, in a way we just couldn't fill in your eyes. And for Gita, whom you call Kun Baritang, or in Trini, Sukinya, I know she will always be the apple of your eye. She was your daughter that picked up your fight against your kidney disease and took down experts and specialists just to keep you with us. She feared dearly to lose you. She revealed to me that their roles had changed in the past 5 years as a mother to a child. And when he lost the battle, she felt failed as a mother losing a child. My dear loving father, you left me heartbroken. You sheltered me, secured me, spoiled me in ways that no one would ever. I feared this world without you. Though your body was too frail in the last, you still fought to protect and guide us. You would always say, Carol, them children are learning to clear the goods, you know. I tried my best to spend as much time with you and pick up the slack in the business. And in the last, And in the last, I learned that I was wrong about trying to ease your pain, as you took the pain to stay here with us 2 years more. I don't know if I can go back to India, as you and I shared a lot of memories there in business. Gupta was the figure that you felt safe with, as he carried you when you couldn't carry yourself. Ravi was your partner in crime that gave you all the treats when you desired. And Jayashree, your daughter-in-law, who you loved like a daughter, cooked all your yummy treats for you. You had so much love for them that they never felt the absence of their own parents. And you 3 children couldn't say a thing about them or to them. Moments that would seem simple to others meant everything to me. All our gatherings and feasts will take all those memories with us forever. I've learned that in this life, the things that are attached to a person's journey is not their legacy, but it's their quality and spirit that they have in life. It's what lives on in us forever for generations. We'll miss you, Peter. Every day we'll remember what you taught us. We will continue to take care of each other, just like you took care of us. Our heart breaks knowing that we were a little strict with your favorite pastime, eating, in your last years, but that's only because we wanted you forever with us. The thought of you not being here with us is so scary, Peter. Please bless us and guide us through to cope with this life without you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Now I'll ask Cindy, one of the senior managers in Radheysham Prabhu's business, to say a few words.
Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Seda, and I will be speaking on behalf of Cindy to highlight the journey of Inshan Mohan. Born on the 8th of June 1960 in the rural village of Monkey Town, Barrackpore, Inshan Mohan was son to loving parents Dolly Sinanan and Nanan Mohan. He had one sibling who he adored, Ramchand Mohan. He attended Monkey Town Primary School and enjoyed a typically happy childhood until at the age of just 11 years, tragedy struck and his father died and the family dynamic changed out of necessity. Inshan went from carefree kid to a young man with responsibilities, so that while the other boys were still pitching marbles, Inshan, along with his brother, was selling haberdashery goods on the pavement of High Street, San Fernando, to earn a living. The close bond with his mother instilled a strong loyalty to family that never wavered, and after years of hard work, he and his brother opened a record shop, Mohan's Records, on High Street, downstairs Lakshmi Jewelers. And it was here at Lakshmi Jewelers that the stars aligned and Inshan saw the beautiful Carol for the first time. He was like a young and very handsome Rajesh Khanna, and she was like the gorgeous Zeenat Aman. Their fate was sealed. Inshan had found his perfect partner in business and in life. Now, married and ready to start a family, Inshan was determined to provide a better life. At 19 years old, there was a fire on High Street and the record shop burned down. It was a major setback that incurred huge losses, and giving up was never an option. There was Shoe Center, and then Mohan's wholesalers of haberdashery goods and costume jewelry. And though by then there was enough to get by for bills and rent, with 3 kids, Gita, Amit, and Priya, Inshan, or Peter, as he was now called, wanted better. The inception of Peter's business legacy, Priya's creation, began with a suggestion that he go to India and import Indian clothing for sale. And while it was an unknown venture filled with risk, faith, ambition, and family aspirations made him move ahead. There were many challenges along the way with Peter, naive and trusting to those who offered to help in India, only to be deceived, robbed, and then stranded. It devastated him, but never defeated him, because he was resilient. He observed, learned, adapted quickly, and was successful. He began his business by driving from house to house with Martha and kids in tow, selling Indian ware out of packed suitcases loaded in the trunk of the car. Though the response was positive, the toll it took on his wife and kids caused him to say no more. And in 1996, Prayers Creation opened its first branch at City Mall, High Street, San Fernando. Together with his instinctive business sense, irresistible charm, and strong work ethic, the support of the unstoppable superwoman by his side, there was no looking back. Pretty soon, there were branches throughout Trinidad, and Prayers Creation became a household name. Whilst this self-taught businessman became more and more successful, he always remained grounded. At a young age, Peter was always spiritually seeking something, and so in his early 20s, when he was preached to by a Hare Krishna devotee, he naturally and inevitably surrendered to the faith. Materialistically, he did well, but spiritually, he soared. He was initiated a few years later and given the name Radheysham. He would spend all the rest of his life in Krishna consciousness, making sure to submerge his family in it as well. Peter was his happiest staying in temples in New York and Mayapur, and would make sure to do so every time he made a business trip. He loved traveling with his family, good tasty food, especially parshadam, and also curry and rice, or a nice tahina and aloo pie. His mischievous sense of humor, boisterous yet infectious laughter, sharp mind, and elephant-like memory are notable, as well as his great sense of style. He loved dressing neatly and looking good, and loved posing for pictures with the family. Peter was warm and open-hearted, able to make everyone at ease and to talk about any topic, especially religion, politics, and health. He was respected and loved by all, and though he had many different roles in his lifetime, he excelled at every single one of them. He was Inshan Mohan, a respected businessman, great boss and friend, Radheysham, a sincere devotee, Shan, a husband who was adored and cherished, Peter, a dedicated father, Pa, a fun and doting grandfather. Peter will sadly be missed, and all the wonderful memories he left with us will always be cherished.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Lately, when I would come to the home, I would
Hare Krishna. So now we will carry on with the ceremony aspect of today's proceedings. And for that, while that is going on, I'll ask Agrani Prabhu to please lead us in a bhajan that is traditionally sung on the passing of a Vaishnava. And kirtan will continue after that, at which point, when we finish this, we'll give the indication when guests and well-wishers can come for their final viewing and offering of respects of Radheysham to Radheysham Prabhu before we depart for the cremation site. Hare Krishna.
sing and you respond, right? So now we will sing a song composed by Narottam Das Thakur. He was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. This song is a few hundred years old, but he expressed the feeling when a dear devotee passes from this world. And all Vaishnavas in the Gaudiya Sampradaya sing this song to remember the activities of pure devotees, great devotees. Jayanilo Premadana Karuna Prachu Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur Radheysham Prabhu Kahamura Swarup Rupa Kahasanata Kahadasha Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kahadasha Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kahamura Bata Juga Kaha Kavira Kavira kota gela Gaura Natara
family have finished offering their respects, we invite everybody who would like to come and offer their respects, take their last darshan, to come up, circumambulate the body in a clockwise manner.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Bolo Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
another man can I look in for you?
I told him to just be used to the
Oh.
So he dropped me off right there and said,